Well, look what we have. This is a collection called Blossom, and it's from our friends at 49 Market. And Teresa has made some wonderful projects. In fact, you want to see one? Look at this. And it turns, and it turns, and it turns, and it's built on a tower. And I will show you how. How gorgeous is this? Okay, we would love for you to please come play with us. Well, the Blossom collection contains these 3 pieces. These are 6 by 8. It's called a mini collection. These are all on cardstock. There's 18 sheets, and as I said, they are 6 inches by 8 inches. You can kind of see a little bit of thumbnails of them right there, but I'll show you more. We also have the laser cut elements, and that's something I especially love from 49 Market. This has 118 pieces. You can see them right there, and I'll be giving you a close-up of them. And then finally, we have their rub-ons. And if you think of rub-ons from years ago, these are very different. These work every time. They are gorgeous. They do have a tool applicator. You just rub them on, as the name implies. Okay, let's get into the first of our cards. And Teresa has used our standard 5 by 6.5 inch card bases to begin with. And something about the Blossom collection, just let me show you a couple of the sheets that were used here. They have a typical 49 Market look in that they are light colors. There are collage type images. In this case, they are blossoms, so they're all in the pink tones. And the back sides are an overall view of without the flowers necessarily. So that's kind of how it goes. And with this one, Teresa took this piece and it was cut to fit on the front of her card, and then she matted it on a light pink cardstock. So this is the base piece right here. Now, this should be looking a little bit different to you, and that's because Teresa, in her typical fashion, loves to do some inking on the edges. In this case, she used the blush Prism ink pad and a blending brush, and simply, as you know the process, just took the blending brush into the ink and then rubbed it from the outside edge to get that look. And it just looks so nice, just a very gentle, well, I guess it would be a blush, wouldn't it? Okay, so that matted piece becomes the front of her card. Then she took the double diamond background die and die cut it out of white cardstock. Now, I do need to tell you that these are in limited supply. So if this is something you're falling in love with out of this moment, you want to make sure to grab yours. Okay, and you can see it finished right here. And I'm not sure if you can see this on the screen because it is very, very delicate look. But Teresa did use the blush ink and the blending brush on areas of that lattice, that double diamond background. So it just adds just a touch, and that looks really, really nice. Okay, now we're going to go into the laser cuts. And this is what you get. These sheets are 12 inches long, and there are 4 of them. So I'm just going to show you, but you can see more there. And they are laser cut, and the nice thing about laser cutting is that it goes exactly next to the art. In fact, this piece is what Teresa placed right here. And you can see other pieces are there. This piece was used, and there's also, you can layer them. So that's allows you to get more depth as you want, although you're probably not going to use foam tape with these because they are very delicate. So she's got one piece here, she's got another piece here, another leaves here, and a butterfly and a dragonfly. And then also this kind of postage stamps, and that comes from this that you can just trim out. And she did foam tape this up. And then there's also these ribbons. And so you can see that she took one here that's just these pieces and then put a bow, oh, maybe this one or this one or this one, any of them on top. Everything is just glued or foam taped. When you get to the butterflies, those are solid like this. Oh, we're getting wild there. Okay. That goes there. So just want to show you just what a beautiful look they can achieve. Now, Teresa used some dazzles to get our message, and this comes from the We're Together Pearl and Pastel. And obviously, she's used the silver pearl, Missing You, a little heart of the laser cut, and that finishes her card front. Going into the card inside, so she has taken another sheet, and it is this one. And this also has been matted onto the onto the pink, just making sure you're paying attention. And then that great big moth is placed right there. It's just been glued flat. And that was also on that first sheet that I showed you. So letting it go in, you can see how delicate that antenna is, and that's what laser cutting can provide for you. The Missing Our Time Together, that's also from the We're Together Dazzles. So just a very beautiful look. I think you would agree. Okay, now we're going to go into our next card. And this one is a horizontal card, as you can see. So it's 5 by 6.5. Our fold is at the top. And in this case, Teresa has used, of course, the cardstock, printed cardstock, also the laser cuts. You can see that collage right there. But she's also gone into the rub-ons. So let's start with the cardstock. And this is the sheet that she used on the front. You can tell it's right there. Now, you might notice that there's more elements on here, and that comes from the rub-ons. So you can kind of tell there's that flower right there. This is the piece that she used on the front. And so by using that, you've got this piece left down here, so that's going to go somewhere else. She did again mat it on the light pink. And then again, did the collage of the laser cuts, and I did show you those doilies. So she's taken the doily and then this border and butted them against each other, and then did the that border, that woven border, and just glued that on top. Another of the strips of ribbon and a bow of ribbon. Just so many things going on and beautifully executed. This is one of the labels. Let's see. There are several of them. I guess it's one of these that's right here. And she did add some dazzles. Well, you know, that's always going to work. But getting to the rub-on, so let's just take a look at those. Now, you get multiple sheets in this. You get 6 sheets. They are all 6 by 8. Here is one of them. And I can really show you, let me show you this. On the back of the package, it gives you an image of each of those sheets. So you've got butterflies, you've got flowers, you've got leaves, you've got splotches, you have borders, and then you have words in frames. So lots of images. And like I said, there are just so many in this combination. And so here we go. And the way that you apply these, and I'll just take, this is the butterfly that she used here. There is a sheet on top that has the adhesive on it. So you want to get your scissors and just trim this out. In fact, let me show you something. When I place this, when I lift this and show it to you against the black, you can tell how many images you can get because they're all very tight together. And you just trim that out. And as you can see, Teresa used this one right here. In fact, I should tell you there are 4 of the rub-ons in this area. Interesting, isn't it? Because you wouldn't perhaps expect that to be there. Going back to our art, let's see, here it is. So you can see that there's, let me show you. You can see that there's quite a difference, and that difference is the rub-ons. So going back to how you do this, so you're going to trim that out. Then you're going to peel back the liner and take the sticky area, position it, and then take that tool and simply rub it. And then you lift off it will transfer the image onto your piece, and then you just lift off the plastic. So we've got a butterfly here and here. Here is this sheet that's got the leaves, and you can see that we have, I found it before, where is it? There we go. This one is going to go right here. Okay, so just remember, you can go upside down, and then there's a little one right there that comes from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And look how seamlessly they appear on the finished project. That's one of the beauties of the rub-ons, and I do appreciate that they have updated them, not only the artwork, of course, you would expect that from 49 Market, but also the application. And you really can't see where they are. You can kind of feel it a little bit, but you've got to work at it. Now for the inside of her card, she has taken this sheet, let's see, want to make sure I don't have this mess. There we go. This sheet. Now again, these are 6 by 8. So she's taken the bottom part of it, as you can see. So you're going to have the top part left, which we can do another card. And just to show you the back side of this, again, very collage-y, but with not the focals that are on the front of the artwork. And again, she's matted on that light pink. You can see that woven border, looking border, laser cut. A bow, some buttons, and a heart right there. Plenty of room to write your message, which is really nice. So that is our second card. Okay, we have 2 more, and we have some really fun surprises in these. So let me show you. Okay, here it is. Now again, this is a horizontal card. We've got the happy birthday. We've got some things going on. You can see more color is coming here. And then when I open this, look, how fun is that? There's my little Post-it notes you're not supposed to see. There you go. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Okay, and as I said, these papers are cardstocks. There's more color. The first ones were very pink, really going along with the Blossom title. So you can see that this one is going to fit. She's going to trim it down, and it is going to go flat onto the card. No matting required. And with this, you can see those laser cuts. So we've got the tag, which I didn't point that out to you. There are those tags. And that's going to go there, the woven piece on top, a bow, some leaves, a heart. Now, what else is going on this? Well, you can see the spattering over here. That is the sheet of rub-ons that has blots on it. And let me see, let me grab that for you. So there's the one with flowers. Here's the splots, technical term, I'm sure you'll notice. And you can see that Teresa has used this one to rub on right there, just to add a little bit more. And that's what's really, really fun. Now let's go to the inside and that fun look that we have. Okay, the sheet that's used on the inside, we'll start with that first, is this one. And you can see half of it is down below. And then at the top, there is this one. Now you can tell it's that one because of that flower. See, it's right there. Yes, she's got some laser cuts added to it, but we'll just take that for what it is. So this one sheet is going to go on the inside front and inside back of the card. It does not go over the fold. Okay, so you're going to cut that into 2 pieces. Now, how to make this very fun stepping, and I just love it. So let me show you. Teresa took some cardstock, and this is white, or yeah, just white. That's what she's used. And this measures 5.5 by 4. And then you're going to score it. You're going to score it from the long edge at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 3 inches. So you're making 3 score lines. Then, as you can see, you're going to use the 1/2 inch wide extra sticky tape. And you're going to put that along the score lines on the outside pieces, okay? then this is going to be just like this. We're going to fold it in half. And then when you place it into your card, let's see. I wish I had a card to show you. Okay, let me pretend with this. Okay, we're going to go back to this one. So pretend it's not done. So you've got this piece and you've got the 2 strips of extra sticky tape. What you do is remove the liner on one, position this against the fold, but not overlapping it, center it side to side. When you press it down, that back piece is going to attach. Then you lift this off, close the card, and what will happen is that both of those pieces, let's see if I can pretend to demonstrate this for you. When you open it up, those 2 sides will be attached. And it's just slick, absolutely slick. So once you have this in your card, it's going to look like this. Then you're going to cut another piece exactly the same size, 5.5 by 4, and that's going to go on the front of it. And that will be out of the pieces that are left over from your blossom cuts. So you can see there's the 5.5 by 4. Then you're going to do a second one. This one measures 5.5. You want to keep them the same width by 2 inches. You simply score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. So again, 3 score lines, always going from the long edge, always going from the left. And then you're going to take that same 1/2 inch wide extra sticky tape. Same thing, you're going to put it along the score lines on each outside edge. Same idea. Fold this in half, place it into your card, except this time it's going to go next to the first one that you did. So this one would already be there. So then you're going to place that like so. Do the same thing, pull off the liner, position it, pull off the liner, and then it will work as it is closed. Do you know what I think you're going to do? I think what you will do is you will position this like so. That way, this is going to get attached to the front piece. In fact, let me show it to you. There you go. This is going to get attached to this front piece and to the card itself. So 2 places, okay? Then you're going to cut another piece that is the 5.5 by 2, and that's going to go on the front of it. You will attach it at the bottom, just as you would have attached the first one at the bottom. Then you can decorate it as you like. Now this will also be pretty flat if you want to have it that way, but you want to make sure that your elements will show when it's popped up. You don't want to waste your elements hiding them down below, do you? Because they're just so pretty. Okay, that completes our second card. Nice to see something that's such a good look, but so easy to do. Okay, now how about that card I showed you at the beginning? Oh, one more thing I need to tell you. Teresa does recommend using the scoreboard. This is the Hunky Dory scoreboard, or any tool that you would have to do the scoring to keep them straight. And this one happens to have a bone folder on it, so that's nice. Now the happy birthday there, that comes from our card Inside Outside Greetings, and this has 65 greetings in it, black, white, gold, and silver. There's the white, obviously, so that took care of that. And then she's got May All Your Wishes Come True, and that's nice and bold. You can also see that, again, those those laser pieces, you can cut them, you can let them just be an edge, you can let them pop off of these cards. That big butterfly looking into the card just works nicely. Another little one over here. So there you go. Okay, card number 3. Now, you ready for card number 4? That was that first one that I showed you. And Teresa tells me that really, with all of the pieces in this, that they are so useful, you could almost use any of them to do this style of card, okay? And as I showed you, it really turns. So, okay, so there's the first one. Then you can turn it like so, and let that be flat. You see peaks of the other two. Same thing there, same thing there, same thing there. It just goes and goes. Now, the pieces that she used, I'll show you that, but let's get to the mechanism, okay? Now, the mechanism is this. Again, white cardstock. This is 1/4 inch wide extra sticky tape. And you're going to cut a piece that's 4.5 by 6.5, okay? So that's what you need, 4.5 by 6.5. This card will be 6.5 inches tall. It will fit into our regular 10 envelopes, so that will work. Then you're going to do some scoring at 1 inch, at 2 inches, at 3 inches, and 4 inches. Now this is 4.5 inches, so you end up having this little flap, and that's important. So as you can see, we have got extra sticky tape along each of the score lines, so on each side of them. And then also, this one is on the outside edge, okay? So 2 along each score line, and then 1 on the outside edge. And then what's going to happen is that you will remove the extra sticky tape here and attach it to the inside, making a tower, just like that. That becomes your tower. Then what will happen is that you will take your cardstock pieces, and let me just show you some of them. So this first one is this piece. Am I right? I think I'm right. Maybe I'm not right. No, I'm not right. There we go. And these are all 2.5 by 6.5. You need the 6.5, 2.5 inches wide. And that's what all of them are going to be. So all 4 of them. So you're going to trim this. Now, obviously, that looks different, doesn't it? You can see the difference. So you know what's going to change. That's going to be a rub-on. So there's a butterfly and a leaf. And just notice that this sprig of flowers and leaves goes on top of the art leaves. So that's a nice thing to remember, that you've got lots of options. Teresa also used the straight line dazzles. Now this is the colorful set, and this silver is in part of the colorful set. There are 10 sheets in here, and they are wide and they are narrow. So a narrow one is what she has put here, but she has put a wide one on the opposite side. So we haven't done that one yet. So at this point, we're just doing this one. And that, let's see. So this is attached. Let me just lift this and get it attached to show you. I think this is such a clever card, and I have to say, I have not seen this before. So it's been a lovely surprise for me too. Okay, peeling that off. Going to turn this around and attach this to the back. Are you doing that off camera or not? Okay. So there is our tower. Now, when you cut the 2.5 by 6.5 piece, and go ahead and do your decorating, do your rub-ons, do your dazzle. This is the hello that comes from the tiny words and phrases that we used earlier. Then you're going to peel off the liners and attach this like so, okay? Then what happens is that the back side of it is going to be showing on the next round. So you can add the wide straight line dazzles. Again, you can add the rub-ons. That will work just fine. So then when you have this attached, you're going to get your next 2.5 by 6.5, and you're going to attach it right here, and so forth, all the way around. And it just magically happens that as you're building this, you will be able to see the back side of the previous one and this, and then when you place the next one, you'll see that too. So you always are seeing 3 sides, or at least parts of 3 sides. It's just doggone clever. So the I showed you the first piece that she used. She also used some that have more color in them. And I thought this was fun, that she used this side here, right here. And I thought that was nice. So, I mean, you can think of it in terms of bits and pieces, and Teresa does such a wonderful job of that. And then, as I said, when you turn it over, this was actually the back side of this one, but you can see it's got some lasers, it's got some dazzles, it's got some rub-ons. This is just a work of art when you are done. Just a beautiful piece. And like I said, it will fit into the 10 envelopes that we have, so that just works beautifully. Okay, so are you as hooked as I am on the Blossom collection from our friends at 49 and Market? Again, you get what they call the mini collection pack, which has 18 sheets in it, the laser cuts, which we love, the rub-ons, which we adore, and all of these are available now. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, we hope that you will like us. We hope that you will subscribe. And then please head on over to paperwishes.com, because we have the Money Saver. So if you elect to buy the whole collection, there's a monetary savings for you. I don't think you will object to that. Also, Teresa does an extra bonus for us. She writes out all of the instructions. They are down below, so you can just click on the card that you want. You'll see the instructions. You can print them off. They're on the right side of your screen, and that will work perfectly. So thank you, Teresa, for once again doing a beautiful job helping us to be so creative. And I want to appreciate you, too, for being such a good part of the Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.